Welcome to lesson 9. In this lesson, we're going to talk about news avoidance and slippage. Let's get started. We're on our MT4 platform and we're in Soft4X. Let me show you how to download the news. Go down to the data center and click on update or add news. It will download all the news and now you've got it to today's date. Okay, we're on our MT4 platform in a software simulation and let's open up some news. So the way we do that is we click on news and we only want the high impact news, and we can read what the high impact news is right here for the currencies that we want to know. And we can also put it on our screen here, and we'll close this one and we only want the news that, not for all high impact news, but we want just the euro and US dollar one. And we'll close that, and we can see all that high impact news here. If we want to look at what event is that high impact news, well, it's got it all listed here. So you can go through it and click through the bars and see each news event. As you can see, there's just a lot of high impact news. And if you want to avoid all those news events, you're going to be going in and out of trades or avoiding a lot of trades. And let's take a look at the trade that we were signaled on in some of our last examples and see if we would have even taken that trade. Okay, so we've got that same signal from the last lesson, and essentially we wouldn't even take that trade because the next day is a high impact news. So that is called news avoidance. You're going to not take the trades because there is a high impact news the next day. And well, the thing with high impact news is that it can benefit you or it can go against you. And if you remember this trade, we took it last time, 50 and 100 for the stop loss, just that basic one. Well, in this case, that trade benefited us to take that trade, and we actually won that trade, although there was a lot of high impact news. But in some cases, you just don't know what's going to happen, and it could go against you. And so essentially, you don't want to take these high impact news trades because it can go against you, but it can also go in your favor. So high impact news is always changing. When President Trump was in office, he was creating high impact news just by his speeches. So it's ever changing. So my theory on avoiding high impact news has changed. It's something you're going to have to deal with, and that it is ever changing. And in strategy quant, there's a lot of tests that you can do on your strategies that you can see, is your strategy still profitable all through kinds of slippage and when the spread gets much bigger. So let me go show you how to do those robustness tests. We're in strategy quant software, and the theory for strategy quant software on news avoidance is that news is ever changing and that you can't just avoid every big impactful news, and you're going to just have to trade through it. But is your strategy that you're creating, your expert advisor robot, robust enough to take those hits, to go through those different obstacles, and is it robust enough and profitable? And that's a much better way than news avoiding every day, going through the news, pausing your strategy to not trade for the next trade, or getting out of the trade and then getting in back the next day. There's just too much news and it's ever changing. So let me show you how strategy quant will test your strategy and see how robust it is. We go into builder, we click on this right here, full settings, and we click on cross checks robustness. And we're going to click down here for Monte Carlo retest methods. Let's just take a look at all the retest methods. So they have 6 tests and they are run 10 different ways 10 times. Okay, let's just take a look at it. Randomize history data with a probability of 30% up and 30% down and a max price change of the ATR 30% up, 30% down. The next one is randomizing the minimum distance from price from 0 to 10 pips, randomizing the slippage from 0 to 5 on all the trades, randomizing the spread from 1 to 5, and then randomizing the starting bar with a max change of 100 pips, randomizing the strategy parameters with a probability of 10% and a max change of 20%. And that is essentially taking your strategy through so many different random situations that would happen with news, high impact news. And that's how we can determine if our strategy is robust enough to take all those different news events and if it is still profitable after all of those news events. And that's the most important way to retest your strategy with news. It's much easier than avoiding every high impact news and trying to keep up with the ever changing or brand new news events that are becoming high impact because they take the theory that you just don't know. And also, just in the example that I provided, that high impact news actually went in our favor. And it doesn't always go in your favor, but sometimes it does. And so, news avoidance by taking your strategy out of it, the trade, and coming back in it is just not a great way to trade. And that's the end of this lesson. Thank you all for watching. Again, I appreciate it so much when you press the like button and you subscribe. It means a lot to me. When you donate and buy me a coffee, it also motivates me to keep on going and put out these tutorial videos for you. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.